Our fellow broadcast journalist, Pia Ontiveros, managed to sit down with Ateneo student athletes Kiefer Alas and Sam Reyes in her podcast. Here's a snippet of that interview.
Yung first wave po talaga kasi we were riding the wave and we didn't realize na hinahatak na po kami. Nung second wave po, dun na po talaga namin na-realize na
something was wrong because
Yes.
Kyle had already said na help na.
Opo.
Ganon.
Third wave po. That's when everyone started screaming na po.
Coach John was screaming us to go to the right, but kahit anong gawin po namin,
Di
like,
kaya po.
we were getting
Go,
in the
ano
current.
sabi ni Coach John? Go to the right. What right?
We were
Near the
walking
beach.
Yes
yeah,
po.
like towards the sand.
The
Yeah.
shore. Okay. And you were all trying to swim?
Yes po.
You couldn't touch the bottom of the...
No.
I think that's when it all started, no?
Yeah, parang all of us were panicking na po and we didn't know what to do. Kumbaga po, parang nag-scatter po kami in the water.
Let's discuss this exclusive with Pia herself. She is currently a broadcast journalism instructor at the Ateneo de Manila University. Good evening, Pia. Thank you for coming on to The Big Story.
Hello, Ses. Thank you for having me, although for a very sad story, really.
I
Pero,
know.
yeah, correction lang ha. For this SEM, hindi ako nagtuturo because I'm just very busy with so many other things. So this SEM lang, I was teaching last SEM. Yon.
I'm sure dadagsain ang klase mo sa susunod na SEM. But first things first, gumaan ba ang loob ng dalawa after talking to you because they spoke about such a harrowing experience. In fact, ang sabi ng dalawa halos nag-give up na sila, magi-give up na sila, but had the strength to, fight back and get to shore.
Yeah. Well, Ses, I asked them when we finished. It was a 1.5 hour interview, by the way, and it's the longest podcast episode I've done. No, all the others are just for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. Pero ito pinakamahaba. Medyo exhaustive yung naikwento nila. And I did ask them afterwards, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better kahit koonte? And they said yes kasi and for example si Kiefer sabi niya first time niya na maikwento ng buo ng ganoon, lahat ng detalye, everything he remembered about that incident. And same goes for Sam Reyes, no? And si Sam actually nung during the taping medyo hindi naman siya humagulgol or anything, but he became very distraught. After all, when you go through something like that, when you go through an incident na halos akala mo mamamatay ka na, and says, diba, as journalists, we have been through quite a number of incidents na we feel na, nako, baka this is my last day on earth na, no? So, ang tingin ko, ganun ang nangyari sa kanila, no? And for them, they were able, para bang nagkaroon sila ng, ano ba yung tawag doon, parang exhaust valve or something
Right.
na
Catharsis.
nila, na ng buo. Catharsis in a way, yeah. Kasi actually says, di ba tayo, journalists tayo. So, whenever incidents like this happen, or for any story that we cover, our first question is really, and our parang overarching umbrella question parati sa mga ganito is, what happened? Di ba? Yun lang naman what happened? Ano nangyari? Ikwento mo sa amin. So, I gave them that freedom to talk. So if you when you watch the podcast and the way they're talking, very honest, very forthright, yung dire-diretso lang, kinikwento lang nila kung ano nangyari. Pero at the same time, yung talagang masisense mo yung, it was almost like naawa na ako sa kanila kasi parang they were reliving the fear, the trauma of having gone through that. And you could tell they were, they were of course really traumatized by that.
Are they going through any therapy? Are they talking to professionals about this experience? Kasi talking helps heal. But
Yes.
I'm sure
Oo.
they're, yes. So are they?
Meron daw, oo, meron daw silang, they had a session daw yung pagbalik ng Manila, because they came back to Manila the next day, if I'm not mistaken with the dates, no? Sa June 8 yung insidente. June 9, nakabalik na raw sila ng Manila. And they did have a session or several sessions, I'm not sure, with yung mga guidance counselors doon sa Ateneo. But that's all I know for now. And sige, sorry. I'm getting ahead of the story.
Pia,
Okay. Yeah.
anybody who knows you are so devoted to Ateneo. Favorite color mo nga blue. I mean,
Talaga.
among other things, you know, how you express your love for your alma mater. How did it affect you? You referred to the deafening silence that followed the tragedy. So, are you hoping that this opportunity of the two players would somehow, I don't know, ease the feelings of your fellow alumnus?
Okay. Well, Cess, I'll begin answering that question by saying that, syempre, journalist tayo, di ba? So, we're careful. Nagko-cover din tayo ng mga ganito. And at the same time, because we're journalists, we have principles to uphold. So I will just say na ang dami ng lumabas, ang dami ng nagsulat at nagsabi ng kung ano yung mga nasa saloobin nila tungkol sa response ng Ateneo de Manila University leadership and management. And many of them are alumni who spoke up already. Some online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, etc. Some offline. So marami na tayong narinig. So we don't need to repeat what they've said. No, there has been a lot said about the way Ateneo has handled this. But at the same time, you're right. Just like you, you're a UP alumna and you love your school. So ako naman, Ateneo, of course, actually, mahal na mahal ko talaga ang alma mater ko. And it pains me, it pains so many, not just me, but maraming alumni na ganito yung nangyayari sa school namin, di ba? I mean, any school for that matter, LaSalle, if something happened to LaSalle, UP, FEU, UE, NU, any school, di ba? Lalo na when you love your school. But we just hope and pray for the best. And we always hope that, you know, for everything na ganito nangyayari na we learn something eventually. You know, I just wanted to also share na because I mean, apart from the fact na, you know, Ateneo alumna and then Ateneo fan parang siya, I'm also a Ateneo basketball fan, no? And many of my batchmates are batch 88 kami. And I purposely did not ask for an interview with them, knowing the gravity of the situation, no, and knowing how painful it must have been for all of them, no. And there was just someone na very close kay Kiefer na nag-reach out sa akin na who's a friend who had said na he wants to talk, no? And that the boys want to talk. So dapat nga tatlo sila pero naging dalawa na lang. So that was Keith and Sam. And as far as I'm concerned, tayo as journalists, you know, we ask questions. We want people to answer. We ask what happened, no? What happened next, etc., etc. And our main job is to listen to people when they're talking, so that they can share their story. This is the first time that any of the Blue Eagles have gone on record to talk about it, and it was such a big thing for them. So I also, you know, had that in mind when they were talking. So yun, yung nakinig lang talaga ako. And syempre masakit kasi Atenista din sila, parang ganun ano, parang mga actually, parang mga anak na natin yung mga yan eh. Kasi they're like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old lang. Mga bata pa lang sila.
Yes. So what struck you most during that interview?
I think it was the portion where, and I told them, no, please prepare because I want you to tell us exactly what happened from the time the trouble began until you pulled Divine and Rene out of the water. So the what struck me the most was how detailed yung kwento nila. And if you listen to the podcast, and that's why I say for everybody, just listen to the so that you can listen to them, to the boys, no? Very detailed, very graphic, very emotional also. And at certain points, they were most emotional when they would talk about how they would shout out for each other. Says when
Yeah.
ang kwento nila, when the second wave came, that's when they realized that something was really wrong. And then all the waves came crashing in, and then they were being pulled out and deeper and deeper, all the way out back into the ocean. And and yet they were all yung parang looking out for each other, desperate to
Yes.
see sa kasama. They were all holding on to each other. Yung mga hindi marunong lumangoy, sila yung they were the ones clinging to the ones who could swim, no? And it's in the podcast also. They were saying they were doing an exercise now, what they call the mirroring exercise, and it's in the podcast. And they said they were in one line from the beach until uh, going into the ocean. And sabi nila, lahat ng mga, according to them, lahat ng mga hindi daw marunong lumangoy, yun yung nilagay nila nearest the beach. So
Right.
for me, that was the one that struck me the most, the way kung paano sila nagkwento. And not just because it was a good story, but also because I felt that in a way nakatulong din sa kanila kasi it's always, like you said a while ago, it's always good to talk about a traumatic incident, di ba? Kailangan ilabas mo yan eh. Kailangan may
Yes.
exhaust. Kailangan mailabas mo yan, hindi mo pwedeng ikim-kim lang. Yun.
Oo nga, pinag-drawing mo pa nga sila, so it was
Yeah.
that detailed.
Oo, ito yun,
Hindi
ito
ko lang
yun.
ma-zoom in. Oh, you have
Ayan,
it. Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll show it naman sa podcast. So,
Ayan, nazo-zoom na.
I was the one who wrote the resort
Yes.
and beach, and then the shoreline. So, I can't even see it myself now.
Okay.
But itong maliit na to, yung some shoreline, yung coach, si Coach Dean, and then ito yung nakahilera silang ganon. And then if you can see yung parang dito sila. Ay, sorry, baliktad. Okay. So, after the waves came in, na-scatter na sila. So I asked them, okay, who was with who? So for example, here, andito sina Kiefer, tas kasama niya sina EJ, Tahipe, JM, and Divine. And then nandito si Sam with Drew, no? So, syempre, this is water. They couldn't control where they were going, and then basta it was chaos. It was chaos, no? And
Yes. I listened. I
Yeah.
didn't finish it lang because I had to go on air, but
of course.
there was also, they made particular mention of EJ because he would go to the shore, rest, and then go back to try
Yes.
and
Yes.
save.
Oo, back and forth. Oo.
yeah,
So yung mga yun yung sinasabi nila, ang kwento nila na yung mga marunong lumangoy, the others who couldn't swim would cling on to them, no? And then when for some reason he was the guy who went to, was it NBI or CIDG, yung storya niyo a while ago. So he was able, yun, pabalik-balik lang siya. Tapos whoever among them could rescue whoever else, they would just rescue each other. Yun. Kasi nga they're brothers. They were just trying to save each other.
One thing also that they clarified was it did not appear like initiation rites at all. They were told what to expect. They were actually briefed about the riptide.
Well, yes, I did make it a point to ask them, at any point, kasi,
Rip
diba,
currents,
ano yung
rather.
pakiramdam nyo? At any point, did you feel that this was initiation or hazing? Because of course, yun ang sinasabi online, no, na hazing to, binugbog, initiation or whatever, kasi rookie, etc., no? And they said, well, Keith and Sam, na sabi daw nila hindi. Yun ang sabi nila. And Kiefer himself, he's a rookie, no? And that's what he said. I have no other way of corroborating or validating that information as of now. So we're going to rely, just that's their story. And sige, sorry.
Pia, one thing that struck me was about a security guard and the lifeguard of the resort just being the ones there to do the rescue effort. There were no other people. And also there was an allusion to a sandbar being there in the area, kaya safe. Would you?
Yeah, they did say that na parang may briefing daw na may sandbar naman dyan, parang so it would be okay, mga ganon, ano. And then, yeah, I did ask them about were there lifeguards present? Were there life vests, for example? And yes, mga sagot nila, yung isa o dalawa, yung ganon, ano. So that was their situation. And the thing is, so they're the players, no? They're the team. Hindi naman sila yung makakasagot nun eh. Di ba? Kung bakit walang ganito, bakit
Correct.
walang ganon. Hindi nila masasagot yon. So, yun.
Pia, one final question. From your interview, what can sports management or team managers probably do to improve training courses like this or team building gatherings like this? Or
Naku,
Any
Ces, I'm
ideas?
the last person you should ask. I'm no expert on that. I will not pretend to be one. But I think we all, kaming mga alumni, and then the team itself, and other teams in the UAAP or NCAA or whatever, the universities, the schools, everybody's watching this because there are so many lessons to be learned. But I think one of the most important lessons, and di ba kanina nabanggit na natin yung mga online, no? So ang daming observations about how people are reacting online. And I just wanted to say, and I'll make this as brief as I can because I know you don't have much time, but I just wanted to say na we need to understand kasi yung public reaction, no? So talagang galit naman talaga ang tao, di ba? So there is real, very real anger. Pighati, there is a lot of grieving. When people are grieving, grieving is really just love with nowhere to go, di ba? You lost someone, a town lost their hero, their hometown hero, di ba? A province lost their hero, Davao, Ateneo de Davao, yung mga gano'n. Talagang, so yung galit na yon dapat intindihin lang natin, and where else siya lalabas kundi sa social media. Kasi ang social media, exhaust valve yan. So talagang, doon siya lalabas. So intindihin natin kung bakit ganoon. Tapos gagawa tayo talaga ng paraan para hindi na talaga maulit, di ba? Kasi napakasakit nito. Hindi lang, not just for the client, but more so for the families, di ba? I mean, we all remember what it was like watching in horror, how the mother, yung nanay ni
Yes.
Bobet, Baterbonia, how she was crying like that sa airport, di ba? I mean, dapat hindi na tayo pumayag na maulit pa tumuli, di ba?
Correct. Pia, there are interviews, but this one is special because in a way it's an instrument for healing. So thank you so much for sharing giving us snippets and sharing your insights with us. That was
Thank you,
Pia
Ces.
Ontiveros. Thank you so much.